Good morning students. Today in this video we are going to discuss some important topics from the lesson excretion. Here we have some questions. We'll see the questions and their answers and we'll discuss the key topics of this lesson. If you want to listen the explanation of full lesson, you can click the link given in the description. Kinda description lo link ఇవ్వబడింది excretion chapter full explanation English medium and Telugu medium, and you can click the link and watch the full lesson. So in this particular video we are going to cover some questions from the first part of the lesson excretion, and in the second part of this video we will cover the rest of the chapter, right? So let us begin our questions. The first question is, in which life processes urea is produced as a byproduct? What is the question? In which life processes urea is produced as a byproduct? There are so many biochemical reactions takes place in our body. So in these reactions, in which reaction, in which life processes urea is produced? So it is not in digestion. We know that in digestion what happens? Complex food materials are converted to simple nutrients. So there is no production of urea in digestion. So it is not the digestion. Then what is it? What happens in respiration? In respiration, food is oxidized to produce energy. Glucose is oxidized to produce energy. And along with energy, it also produces carbon dioxide. So in the oxidation of glucose, carbon dioxide is produced. But if some amino acids are oxidized, what is produced? From where do we get the amino acids? From proteins. So we take proteins. If proteins are oxidized, that means if amino acids are oxidized, what is produced? When amino acids are oxidized, energy is produced. Along with energy, some byproducts are produced. What kind of byproducts? Nitrogenous byproducts like ammonia, urea, uric acid and creatinine. So generally in our body, when we take the food contains carbohydrate, protein and fat. Body generally uses carbohydrate and fats for energy production, for oxidation and to get energy. Proteins that we consume, they are converted to amino acids. These amino acids are used to make new proteins for repair and damage, whatever the damage happened, to repair that, to make new cells, to make new antibodies and all. For that purpose these amino acids are used. But in some cases, when carbohydrates and fats are not available to produce energy, the body uses the amino acids to get energy. So when these amino acids are used to generate energy, produce energy, then they produce this nitrogenous waste. That is, so in the metabolism of proteins and amino acids, nitrogenous waste like ammonia, urea, uric acid, creatinine are produced. So the answer is here respiration. Respiration is the life process in which urea is produced as a byproduct. Let us move to the next question. So the next question, in 24 hours urine test, how much ml of urine is taken as a sample for test? What is the test here? 24-hour urine test. So this 24-hour urine test is done in special conditions. Generally, how is the urine test done? So in some cases, like whenever you have some infection, or mostly for 90% of the people, the urine test is done to know the glucose in the urine. Sugar test. To test the sugar in the urine, they collect a little sample of urine, 5 to 10 ml, and from that they take a little bit and find it out. Generally that is done. Urine test in the sense, it is done in such a way. If you go to the lab, they will give you a small tin to take 5 to 10 ml of urine as a sample. But here is a test called as 24-hour urine test. The urine that is passed by you in 24 hours is collected, and from that total collection they take some ml to do the test. What is that? How much ml they take? So do you know for what purposes this test is done? ఎందుకు చేస్తారు 24 గంటల యూరిన్ పరీక్ష ఎందుకు చేస్తారు? ఏ పరిస్థితుల్లో చేస్తారు? ఏ వ్యాధి నిర్ధారణ చేయడానికి చేస్తారు తెలుసా మీకు? కిడ్నీ ఫంక్షనింగ్ టెస్ట్, కిడ్నీలు ఎలా పనిచేస్తున్నాయో తెలుసుకోవడానికి ఈ 24 గంటల యూరిన్ టెస్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. అలాగే ప్రోటీన్ లాస్, కిడ్నీలు పాడవడం వల్ల రక్తంలో ఉండే ప్రోటీన్స్ మూత్రంలోకి వెళ్ళిపోతున్నాయా? ఇలా వెళ్ళిపోతే మనుషులు నీరసం అయిపోయి చిక్కిపోతుంటారు, ప్రోటీన్ లాస్ జరుగుతుంది. అలా జరుగుతుందా అనేది తెలుసుకోవడానికి. అండ్ హార్మోన్ లెవెల్స్, హార్మోన్స్ సమ్టైమ్స్ దే మే ఇంక్రీజ్ ఇన్ లెవెల్, డిక్రీజ్ ఇన్ లెవెల్. It leads to some imbalance in the body. So to know which hormone is getting produced in large quantities, so that hormone, to assess the hormone, what is the hormone that is being produced more in the body, for that also 24-hour urine collection test is done. So this 24-hour urine test is done for such purpose. How much ml is taken from the 24-hour collection? 24 గంటల పాటు సేకరించిన యూరిన్లోంచి ఎంత ml తీస్తారు? The answer is 100 ml to 150 ml. 100 to 150 ml of urine is taken for testing and diagnosis of these conditions. So that is 24-hour urine test. The next question, what is the length of human kidney? So human kidneys, there are a pair of kidneys in the abdominal cavity. So on the back side of the abdominal cavity there are a pair of kidneys. Each kidney is in the shape of a bean seed, that is the shape, and they are in dark red color, that is the color of the kidneys. So what are the dimensions of the kidneys? What is the length of the kidney is the question here. So in our body each kidney is approximately, it is 10 centimeter in length. The answer is 10 centimeter. And what is the width? Width is around 5 to 6 centimeter width, 10 centimeter height. And the thickness is 4 centimeter. 4 centimeter thickness, 5 to 6 centimeter width, and 10 centimeter height. These are the dimensions of human kidneys. How many kidneys are there? A pair. Both the kidneys are not same plane. One kidney is a little bit lower, the right kidney. Why the right kidney is little lower? Because that space is occupied by the liver. So because of the liver, it is a little bit down. So that is about the physical features of human kidney, the dimensions, the color, the shape, and the location. Let's go to the next question. Let's see the next question. Which blood vessel carries the blood into the kidneys? Which blood vessel carries the blood into the kidneys? Why the blood has to be carried to kidneys? Because that is for the filtration. To remove the waste from the blood has to be carried to the kidneys. So which blood vessel carries it? Brings the blood into the kidney. So into the kidneys, we know that blood from the heart is pumped to different parts of the body through the arteries. So arteries, they bring the blood to different parts. Veins, they carry away the blood from the parts. So to the kidneys, the blood is carried by the arteries. So one thing is confirmed here, that is an artery. So here is an artery which carry the blood from heart to that kidneys. What is the name of that artery? So the renal artery, it carries the blood into the kidneys. So from where these renal arteries come? Renal arteries, they come from dorsal aorta. So dorsal aorta is the major artery that bring the oxygenated blood with waste to the kidneys region, dorsal aorta. The dorsal aorta is divided into renal arteries. 2 renal arteries, each enter into each kidney. So once the blood is filtered, the blood comes out through the renal veins. Blood enters through the renal arteries, comes out by the renal veins. So these renal veins, they join again with a major vein called as posterior vena cava. Posterior vena cava. So to that they get joined. It will carry the filtered blood to the heart. So these are the blood vessels that carry the blood into kidneys. So let us see the next question. Name the part of the nephron that is in the shape of a cup. Name the part of the nephron that is in the shape of a cup. So what is nephron? Nephron is the structural and functional unit of a kidney. A kidney is able to filter the blood because of the nephrons. They are the filtering units. Each nephron has got so many parts, and each part has got a specific function. Each part of the nephron performs a specific function. So in the diagram of nephron, we see different parts. Generally, we see two major parts. One is in the shape of a cup and one is in the shape of a tube. A cup is attached to a tube. That is the shape of a nephron, basically. So in this, which part? In this, the part that is in the shape of a cup has got a name. What is that name? నెఫ్రాన్ స్ట్రక్చర్లో కప్పు రూపంలో ఉన్న భాగం పేరు ఏంటి? If you see the different parts of a nephron, you see glomerulus, Bowman's capsule, and a proximal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule, Henle's loop, collecting duct. All these are parts of the nephron. ఇందులో కప్ షేప్లో ఉన్న పార్ట్ పేరేంటి? Yes, it is Bowman's capsule. So it is called as Bowman's capsule. నెఫ్రాన్లో కప్పు షేప్లో ఉన్న భాగం పేరు Bowman capsule. The next question, in which part of the nephron concentrated urine is formed? నెఫ్రాన్లో ఏ భాగంలో కాన్సన్ట్రేటెడ్ యూరిన్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది? రైట్. సో నెఫ్రాన్ has got different parts. Bowman's capsule is there, Henle's loop, proximal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule, collecting duct. At which part more concentrated urine is formed? So if you see the Bowman's capsule, more diluted form of urine is formed. Urine is formed with a lot of water, more urine is formed, but it is reabsorbed again. But at which part more concentrated urine? Do you know the answer? Yes, it is collecting duct. More concentrated urine is formed in the collecting duct. So for the formation of more concentrated urine, a hormone is required. Do you know? So that is the next question. So here the answer is collecting duct. In which part of the nephron concentrated urine is formed? The answer is collecting duct. So let's see the next question. Deficiency of which hormone leads to a disease called diabetes insipidus? ఏ హార్మోన్ లోపం వల్ల డయాబెటీస్ ఇన్సిపిడస్ అనే వ్యాధి కలుగుతుంది? వాట్ ఈస్ డయాబెటీస్ ఇన్సిపిడస్? ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ షుగర్ డిసీజ్. Sugar is diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus is sugar disease. But here it is another type of diabetes, diabetes insipidus. Diabetes insipidus means excretion of large volume of urine. Excreting a large volume of urine. That condition is caused due to lack of some hormone. What is that hormone? So this question is linked to the previous question. There we discussed that at which part of the nephron more concentrated urine is produced. If the urine is not produced in a concentrated manner, more urine will be excreted from the body, more water will be lost. So to avoid that, some hormone is produced in the collecting duct, which allow the collecting duct to produce more concentrated urine. So here, what is that hormone? This is a question for you. Just you refer the book and find out the answer and post the answer in the comment section. So this is the first part of the lesson. So far we have discussed only the first part. The second part will be discussed in the next part of this video, second part. So to get the second part, you can check the description or end screens, and to watch the explanation of full lesson, you can click the link in the description. If you like this video, please like it and share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Click the bell icon to get the latest updates and all notifications. So we'll meet again in the second part of the video.